Hey guys, today I'm going to be taking a look at this little 1/20 scale RC car. This is a little beginner's car for a kid. Nothing real fancy here. It says a Cheetah Turbo. It has several different names it goes by. Let's take a look at the box it comes in. It's called the Chengke Toys is who makes it. It also has this other name brand here. I'm not really sure what that is called. But it's the Mad Runner is one of the names for the car. It also has this name brand here, this model number I should say, the KY-1881. There's also 1882, 1880, and a 23211. And you can see this one comes in blue or red. I got it in blue. There's various colors available depending on which model that you choose. Now, going back to the car again, it's nothing real fancy about it. It's just, you know, there's nothing proportional. It's all just steer or no steer, bam bam steering. Same with the throttle. There's no differential. As you can see, it's locked up. It's a straight shaft. You know, there's your steering trim. Real basic little car, but also very, very cheap. This is something for a kid to play with, someone starting out in the hobby. Now it uses a nickel cadmium pack here. It's a 4-cell AA cell pack, 700 milliamp hour, that little goofy 2-pin connector. And it uses a USB charger that has a red light that comes on. This takes, you know, I would charge it about 3 hours. The little red light on these chargers never go out. So just plug it in, charge it up maybe about 2 to 3 hours, and when the battery feels nice and warm to touch but not hot, then you know the battery's charged up. Because I don't have any success getting these lights to ever go out telling you that they're actually charged, but you can leave these plugged in. They're not going to hurt it. It'll just keep it nice, fully charged. But you know, when it's warm, that's when you know that the battery pack is fully charged. It uses a pistol grip style controller, but there's no trims. It's all just click for throttle, click for reverse, click to turn right and left. Like I said, there's nothing proportional about it. Just a real basic pistol grip style controller. So that pretty much covers the car. There's not a whole lot to go over with this little guy, so I'm just going to do a quick overview here, and we'll take it out now for that driver view. Alright, so I have the car bound up here with the controller. Let's go ahead and take it out now for a little test drive. You can see it's actually pretty quick. Now it's going down the slope of my driveway, so that's going to aid it a little bit, but it's a little bit quicker than I thought it'd be. Obviously you're not going to have very good handling because it's just steer or no steer. There's no proportional steering or throttle. So just give it a throttle and let it go, and you know, it steers okay. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not going to be ideal because it's not proportional. But you can't expect a lot for this price. It's under $20, this car. I think around 18, but don't hold me to that. This is really good for a kid though. I mean, any kid, you know, probably under 10 years of age. Now it doesn't have any kind of power. There's not enough clearance to be able to go through the grass. So you're gonna have to, this is not an off-road vehicle by any means. It's just gonna be for use for pavement. Of course the steering, the shocks are just springs. They're nothing fancy. It doesn't have much suspension. There's not really a whole lot to show off on this car to you here. It's just a nice little car for a kid. It's not too fast to where they're going to break it easily, but it's just quick enough that it's not boring. I don't know what size motor's in it. It's a really small brushed motor, under 200 size. I don't know exactly what size it is. It's very, very tiny. I think it's, don't hold me to the size of the motor. I may be wrong on that, but it's very, very small. And stuck in the grass. Like I said, you're not going to drive this off-road at all. No grass. You can certainly drive it through some dirt as long as it's just, you know, not any, you couldn't drive it through any kind of mud, but you can drive it through dirt. It's very windy here today, and that's the reason why it's been very windy lately. That's why I've been having to do so many ground vehicles. I can't get the toy drones, especially the toy ones, up in the air because it's just too windy to do a proper test flight, and especially a review. So we will be getting back to drones, which is obviously the focus of my channel, but there are times like this where I kind of have no choice but to review some cars. Most of us got into the hobby long ago. If you've been in it very long, you started out with cars because drones didn't exist. You might have had an airplane, but this is the kind of stuff we had to play with, and I think most people like it. So kind of neat to see what they've done with the ground vehicles over the years, even though this is old 80s technology here, but not a bad little car. But we'll definitely be getting back to the drones here as soon as the weather cooperates and the wind. It's either windy or it's rainy. I do have at least, I got several drones that I need to get up in the air and get reviewed. So those will be coming along the channel here soon. And so there's really not a whole lot, oh, that was cool. That was pretty neat. There's really not a whole lot to show with this, so I'm trying to make this review as brief as possible so you can just get an idea what this does. If you're looking for an RC car for a son, grandson, something like that, and the kid's under 10, and if he's never driven a car before, and I shouldn't say this a he because my daughter, it can be a she too. My daughter really loves driving. My 7-year-old daughter, I have 3 daughters, and she loves driving cars. So, boy or girl, if they're in that kindergarten, 1st grade age range, all the way up to probably about 3rd grade, I think, would probably like this car. Any older than that, it's probably going to be a little too slow for kids older than that. Kids with experience driving it. Although if I did reverse, I'll show you reverse. Reverse is just obviously the same. Let's try putting on the brakes, see if it brakes well or not. Probably just slam in reverse. Well, actually brake pretty good. I can't remember if I tested the brakes on my test drive. I did not drive this, obviously you can tell, all the way dead. I just did a short test drive of this earlier, and that's why I'm just guessing on the drive time of 15 to 20 minutes, just by previous experience with these vehicles and that size battery pack and nickel cadmium technology. Let's slam the brakes on again. It actually brakes pretty good before it slams in reverse, so it does use a type of electronic braking, and as you can see, it kind of peeled out there. But like I said, you're going to be confined to the road, sidewalk, very smoothed out dirt, like a baseball diamond or something, have no problem driving around that. But you're not going to drive it in the grass. It's not going to be able to handle snow or anything like that in the wintertime. It's just not enough power, not enough clearance. The main issue is really the clearance going through the grass. It just can't make it through that grass. It might have the power. Oh, that was neat. It's a little bit bouncy, but it doesn't have any real suspension. I mean, I'll show you here. It's got a little bit. I didn't mention that in the overview, but it does have these little spring shocks. It does have some suspension, which is better than nothing, so it can absorb a little bit of impact, but the back is just this one piece moving. The whole back moves kind of together. It's not really independent like the front, so. But I see no issues with this for someone looking for, like I said, a car for a kid. Someone starting out in the hobby. They just want something that can drive around. Oh, wiped out again. It hits this lip on the going out to the road, and that just it isn't enough clearance, and it just flips over. I really have no issues with this, considering it's, I believe it's under $20. So for the price, you're getting a pretty good little car for a kid. Just don't expect, an off-road vehicle or super fast speed or really precise steering, but its steering is sufficient. I'm having no issues. I'm guessing it's probably around 10 miles per hour, maybe. Not too bad for a little bitty brushed motor on essentially four AA batteries, essentially what it's driving on. All right, well, I think that's enough. I mean, there's really no reason to keep going in circles here because you guys get an idea what this can do. This is a blast for a young kid, somebody that really wants to get into, RC cars without breaking the bank, and isn't too fast to where it's going to bust easily, but it's also not so slow that it's boring. So that should give you guys an overview on this car. Hope you enjoyed the review. Like I said, I got some drones coming along here that I'm going to get out as soon as the weather cooperates, but hope you bear with me while I review these cars while I have them, and that's kind of all I have to review in this kind of weather. So stay tuned for more, and hope you guys have a good day.
The power of the dark.